John 16:33 says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. In these last couple of days, I have been reflecting on my journey and path of reconnecting with God. And the first month of January went really well, but I noticed this second month of February, there has been a lot more trials and tribulations, and I noticed distractions that have been trying to pop up in my head and pop up in my life to try to deter me away from that path. And I wanted to share this Bible verse with you guys because during this past sermon that I heard this Bible verse, they were sharing the concept of reconnecting with God being analogous to walking through a battlefield. I didn't really put that together until these last couple of days when I was reevaluating my journey and reflecting, and I noticed that the battlefield portion of reconnecting with God has been analogous to a lot of the distractions, sins, and temptations that have been popping up in my life that have been trying to pull me away from the changes that I've been trying to make in my life in regarding my morning prayers, trying to go to church consistently, and just reflecting with God in my life and trying to make him my forefront. And one of the main things that I'll notice that I want to share with you guys is that in the morning when I do my morning prayers, I try to wake up and just pray right away and make God the forefront of my day and making sure that I talk with him first before going through anything worldly in my life. And it was going okay for the month of January and the early parts of February, but I noticed that I have been scrolling through my phone a lot more when I wake up in the mornings, and I don't really notice that I'm doing it because I wake up, turn off my alarm because I'm holding my hand on my phone that I turn my alarm off. I see all these notifications of things that I missed after going to bed, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, let me just catch up on that. But I have been trying to avoid doing that. And I want to talk to God right away instead of falling and succumbing to news and notifications and just things in my life that don't serve God. What I'm doing now is that I'm just going to put my phone away from my bed and just have my iWatch and just turn off my alarm in the morning. And it's a very small thing, but a lot of other aspects of my life have been trying to deter me away from some of the goals and some of the next steps that I've tried to implement in my life to try to reconnect with him. It really just goes to show that Satan really doesn't like you trying to reconnect with God, and he will do anything that he can to try to throw booby traps and throw all these things to make you trip along your way in reconnecting with him. But I share with you guys that verse to show you guys that it's going to be really hard for you to walk through that battlefield alone and reconnecting with God. But if you recognize that God is really there for you and he, like he said, I have overcome the world. If you acknowledge that he is your partner in crime that will be walking through this battlefield of sin and trials and tribulations and temptations, then it'll be that much easier trying to stay on that path if you can recognize all of the temptations beforehand before they take place, so you can avoid them and stay on your true path of reconnecting with God. I'm not saying that continuously following God and being on this path is going to be easy, because it's only 2 months into the year. It's going to be increasingly difficult, and when you try to reconnect with God, the stronger you feel like you're getting, the more and more sins that Satan's going to be trying to throw at you, and more traps that he's going to try to set for you to try to push you and convince you and make you not even realize that you will fall into your old ways, and worldly living will really deter you away from the path of you trying to reconnect with God. So I really wanted to share this Bible verse of John 16:33 to share what has really helped me recognize what I need to do to try to get through this battlefield of reconnecting with God. And the biggest thing is just recognizing that God can overcome the world. And if you accept him openly and freely, then walking through that battlefield with God is going to be that much easier in life. So I wanted to share that message with you guys for anybody that's been struggling with that fact of reconnecting with God and all these trials and tribulations and temptations that have been popping up in your life like they have been for me. And if you have God in your life, you'll be able to deter a lot of these distractions and stay on path of reconnecting with him. So I hope this was a message that was helpful for you guys. If you found this video, you found it for a reason. Try to keep this message with you moving forward. God bless my brothers and sisters. I will see you guys later. Peace. Have a nice day.